Every fucking time I open Waze, it keeps doing this. This is ridiculous with this setup. I'm so fucking sick of that. Ow.
Does your home have a gourmet kitchen with an oversized pantry so you can store everything? What about an office with Wi-Fi built-in and hardwired internet outlets for gaming? Or a gorgeous porch or patio for more outdoor living? With Pulte's innovative and modern floor plans, you can have them all. At Pulte, we build homes that think ahead to tomorrow so you can build the life you're dreaming of today. Find your home at Pulte.com. Pulte Homes. More life, built in, equal housing opportunity.
Gathering up on the Mexican side of the riverbank and, with their clothing in plastic bags, their belongings in plastic, and then when the Mexican immigration officials down below by the water would give the signal, they would all just storm in and cross over and up the riverbank. I later found out that this was being done in coordination with the Border Patrol on the other side. They would have the Mexican immigration officers hold them up until they can get them all processed on the Mexican side and then say, okay, we're ready for more, bring them all in. And so there was just group after group after group after group doing this. And it just looked like that for days on end. I was the only one there to videotape it, the only American as far as I know. And, I think about 10,000 immigrants got into the country through this just in the last couple of weeks with that collaborative relationship.
Is there some kind of deal between the Biden administration and the Mexican government to coordinate and allow this?
Yeah, absolutely. They're working together. They've been working together on an encrypted WhatsApp channel, and it's senior CBP intelligence officials and senior Mexican immigration officials, according to 5 different Mexican agents who described the whole thing to me separately over the course of a couple of days.
So this is all planned. I don't think people really understand how choreographed it is behind the scenes between the Biden administration and the Mexican government and the cartels here. Everybody is cooperating with each other, and then they stand up at these press conferences and give these bland statements on how they're trying to get control of the situation. But it's nothing of the sort in reality.
Right, and so yeah, for sure, what the administration is interested in is not stopping, blocking, or following a law that requires them to deter and block and deport and detain or any of that stuff. They are interested in just making sure that there's not a big giant crowd that forms on the bank that has to stay overnight, and they need food and shelter, and they just need to get them off the riverbank, because that makes for really dramatic news images that is controversial. That's the main thing.
They're trying to avoid bad TV. So they're manipulating everything the best they can so those kind of images don't make the television screens here at home.
Todd, what kind of message do you think these migrants are getting? Is it coming from the smugglers telling them the border's open? Is it really specific about this Title 42 versus Title 8 stuff? Or what are they hearing?
The thing, I've interviewed, I don't know, 10 dozen immigrants all week about this. I know exactly where they're coming from. They are acting on information that is coming from their friends and relatives who have already done the journey and crossed over and are now living in LA and New York and everywhere. They got in, and they were let in and got into the country, and man, that's just the golden chalice, man. I mean, it's just almost a mythical reward for immigrants, and they are coming in huge droves to get at it before somebody discovers it or something.
And are they getting in with no strings attached, meaning no court dates, no orders to report? I mean, what's the deal there?
They're getting in on they're giving them personal recognizance papers and a kind of an honor system thing where they kind of are told to report in sometime in the next 6 months in the city of their choice. And so, of course, most of them never do. Some of them might. It's just I mean, they're just letting them in because there's no space to keep them. They're filled up. All the
Liking brains.
spaces have just got filled up, 150% capacity, right? But something did. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Something did.
I'm the only one in the country to report on this deal between Biden and Obrador for this controlled flow arrangement to bring them in to, with the least bad optics. But something happened that was really interesting here, just like yesterday or the day before, is that the governor of Texas found out all about this and was watching the video of, the bonsai charges over the river and up the bank and et cetera, and he ordered a tactical unit of National Guard, as well as tactical SWAT groups of Texas DPS, to go down to the riverbank and set up a kind of a Maginot line of barbed wire for hundreds and hundreds of yards all along these crossings. And then they would stand there and just said, "You will not pass," and they kind of like NFL linebackers or linemen just stopped it all cold, shut it down completely, so that by the time I went out there this morning, it's all dead. And when I asked the immigrants what happened, they're like, they're stopping us. We're not going to go. Why should we go? We're not going to go. They would return themselves back over the water. And I would interview them saying, "What happened?" And they're like, "Yeah, they won't let us in." I interviewed a Mexican immigration official this morning who was standing on the riverbank, and I said, what's going on? And she pointed at the Texas troops over there and said they stopped them. And so this whole sector has gone dead, like almost overnight, with nothing but Texas soldiers and troopers over on the other side.
Good
with
for them.
pepper, they can fire pepper balls or something if things get out of hand.
Can you hang on for another segment?
Sure.
All right, hang
This
on.
is Todd Bensman. He is with the Center for Immigration Studies, Senior National Security Fellow, and the book is Overrun, How Joe Biden Unleashed the Greatest Border Crisis in U.S. History. We're talking to him. He's in Matamoros, Mexico, right across from Texas, the Rio Grande River. More coming up. John and Ken, KFI AM 640, live everywhere, the iHeartRadio app.
Deborah Mark live, the 24-hour KFI newsroom.
A French bulldog that was stolen in a violent attack in Ladera Ranch is back with its owner. The dog was surrendered at an animal shelter yesterday, just a day after the attack. The White House says President Biden's follow-up meeting with congressional leaders to avert a potential debt default has been postponed until next week. The meeting was supposed to happen today. Twitter owner Elon Musk has named Linda Yaccarino as the new Twitter CEO. Yaccarino is NBC Universal's former advertising executive. She will be starting in about 6 weeks. We're going to go to the 6:05 next.
If you're hurt in a car accident, call the attorneys at Sweet James. Same thing if you're in a trucking accident or you're hurt in a motorcycle accident. You call the attorneys at Sweet James.
Yeah, that's right. All those accidents. These are the guys. Sweet James settles more for injured victims in 1 year than most firms can settle in their lifetimes.
You can't control everything that happens in life, but Sweet James can help you control how you respond. Shift the power away from the greedy insurance companies and put it back in your hands.
Yeah, where it belongs. And you're hurt in an accident, well, nothing can prepare you for what may come next.
You may not be ready, but they are. The attorneys at Sweet James. They're going to help you connect to the top medical care available. They'll get you the most amount of money possible, and they'll deliver the justice you deserve in your time of need. You pay nothing until they win.
With all that, if you're hurt in an accident...
Ah, great.